I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. I think I have a 7 to 8. I've been doing that YT, or it's a YWA, and I feel like it's been a pretty good warm-up. Instead of doing it on the wall over there, I'm doing it with this resistance band just to kind of see if there's any difference in the methods, right? But I feel like I'm coming down with a little something. I'm feeling like slight irritation in my nasal cavity, my lungs a little bit. Tends to happen one time or another, but like I said, we're gonna keep pushing, we're gonna keep chugging along, continue as planned. There's no reason to freak out or anything. It's just gotta make sure I'm eating, staying hydrated, and I'm getting my sleep. Those are the three biggest things those are the three pillars of recovery, essentially. If you get enough sleep, rest, and food/water, you can pretty much come back from anything with the right recovery plan. Besides that, I think at the bare minimum, 550 today, at the highest, maybe like 584. I mean, just gonna have to wait and see what feels good. Hopefully these last few sessions that I've been putting together are just gonna continue putting me with some good momentum forward. I really don't have much to say. I almost didn't even record today, if I'm being honest. I really don't give two hoots about recording today. I just want to have a good training session and walk out of here knowing that I got better today. That's the truth. But I mean, those are the things that you guys want to hear me talk about, so I really just gotta turn the camera on and share my opinions.
At 450 times normal gravity, a basic training game became a desperate struggle for survival. I'll try to make myself strong, just like you. Set your sights higher. You got it. Vegeta! I used to fight sheer pleasure, sparing no one. I killed the dominant to defeat my insatiable pride.
There you go, back that back. Oh yeah, oh! Back. That tripped. You guys saw it. I went up to 584 for one. I want to give it like a 93, a low 90 grade, but that's just me being picky on it. Control, actually no, my unrack. If you guys pay attention and you guys see my left hand kind of wobble a little, I did have to catch the bar kind of like out of the rack when I settled. But I mean, as far as that, like that was really the only hiccup throughout the entire press. It felt strong at the top. It felt okay at the chest position. And it feels strong holding it at the top, like completely stable, which is the #1 thing that we've been working on with bench over these last few months. And it just feels nice to be able to hit like competition heavy, like competition range weight with that much control. I'm really happy with that single. And then I already hit my first back down set at 496 for 4, like just continuing to work on the same things: pause, control, execution, making it look crispy. Now I am starting to get a little bit of onset fatigue in my shoulders and my biceps. I was feeling this during warming up for my top set and my top single, but obviously like you gotta stay mentally focused where you can kind of like almost ignore it. But if you take too long of a rest period, or if you cool down too much, that's when those aches and pains start to kind of set in. So I'm gonna try to have decent rest periods in between my sets, but at the same time, I don't want to cool down, because then that's gonna be very bad for me, right? Because everything's just gonna start to hurt, and my top end's just gonna take a huge dip. I think I might go up for my second set, and that might be like my true top set. That might be like heaviest I'll go, and then I'll drop back down for my last 2 sets. Unless I start to catch fire and I just like keep feeling better, which I kind of doubt it, especially at this point in prep. Like I've reiterated several times, bench press has been that one lift that I've been able to consistently train. So it's like the most fatigued and worn out. So that's what it is. But all right, guys, let's keep on benching. Alright guys, so I skipped my 4th rep just because that last one felt like, that was probably like RP9. I mean, maybe had one more, but I've come to learn that sometimes kind of cutting a set early is sometimes a smart thing to do. Now, it's not something I always advise, because simply, well, I mean, I'm not gonna cut that deep into it because it could lead towards some psychological tendencies that you don't want to develop. But obviously for me, it's a bit of a different case, right? However, I am going to drop down to 474 for my last 2 sets, and then that'll conclude bench. I mean, today's been a hell of a day. It's been a lot more than I could really ask for, and I'm extremely grateful, because like I was telling Mikey when he showed up, like Joey was asking me a question, and the thing that I was harping on was more so he asked me what I was comfortable and uncomfortable taking, right? And the answer that I wanted to give was, well, these last 5 weeks have been nothing but uncomfortable. These last 5 weeks have been sessions that have truly tested the depth of my commitment and my desire to continue competing at this level. Because do you guys understand how easy it would be to just slack off and let somebody else win? But think about that. Like shrugging off the expectations of being that guy, shaving off the identity of being the strongest, and letting somebody else have to walk with that weight, with the expectations of the world, with the expectations of being the strongest. You know, that's why you see so many people winning once and then they just kind of fall short after that. Like they don't understand and capture the true essence of what it means to be the best and the strongest. And quite frankly, not everybody is built to do so. You know, that's the reality. Everybody wants to be, it's like kind of like how Ronnie Coleman said, everybody want to be a bodybuilder, but nobody want to lift that heavy ass weight. That's the same thing. Everybody wants to be a champion. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to be at the top, but they don't want to deal with what comes with the territory. They get scared. They get spooked. They get stressed out. They want to live ordinary lives. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? I want to live an ordinary life too, but my definition of ordinary is completely different than somebody else's. And then really, you gotta dig deep, man. Because when we're out here doing this, man, we're not taking no magic. There's nothing magical about what we're doing. It's literally heart, grit, sweat, blood, tears. Like that cliche stuff you see in the movies. This is what this group embodies. That's what we try to do. And it's like, man, Every single day is a test. Every single day is a new opportunity to prove to yourself and the people who believe in you that you are worthy of that trust. Because God damn it, sorry God, because gosh darn it, man. With 474 for 4. That last set took a whole lot out of me, more than I was expecting. So gonna call it there. I'm gonna skip my last set and then go ahead and move over to accessories. So you guys know how I roll. I really don't go into accessories having like a particular like list of movements. It's more so like, okay, I need to hit back, chest, tries, and shoulders. And that kind of becomes like my entire premise, which I feel like it's kind of fun. It makes accessories more fun just because like it doesn't really tie you down to the same routine, and it kind of gives you a flexibility of like doing something different every other session or every other week, right? But no, like guys, I just dropped my camera and my heart stopped for a minute, but seems to be working just fine. So I didn't really feel like talking too much during my accessories because I really just wanted to kind of lock in and get the job done, hit some good sets, good reps, catch some good angles. But a few of the things that I really just wanted to talk about in between that was kind of like fueling my thoughts was like, why do you do what you do? Like, what sets your heart ablaze? What is your passion full of? What are you working towards, right? And it's just a lot of people do things for not that big of a reason. And I'm a big believer that your body of work, the end result, is highly reflective of the amount of effort that you put in through physical means, emotional means, mental means, spiritual means, and I feel like I'm missing one.
Mind, body, spirit?
Yeah, mind, body, spirit, but it's like a lot of people are talented, but they don't have the emotional stability to really handle their gifts properly. Or a lot of people have the passion, but they don't have the body for it. Or a lot of people have the body and the emotions, but they don't have the mind for it, right? It is literally the accumulation of every single stat that needs to be optimized. You can't just be like a one, like, you know what I'm saying, like how in powerlifting, it's like you can't be a one lift wonder. You gotta be well rounded, right? And I don't know, just kind of yapping here, but I'm about to say bye to the fellas and I'm gonna continue in the truck. That concludes another bench workout today. I'm just gonna keep it short. Hit 584 for a single. I took 518, 550, and then 584 in that order. And then I took 496 for 4. I did 518 for 3. And then I did 474 for 4. And then for my accessories, I did chest supported seal rolls. And I think I supersetted that with lateral raises, and then I supersetted pec flies with palm up dumbbell curls. Not a bad session if I don't say so myself. But, and then just to kind of wrap up the point that I was talking about outside of the truck, it's just what you'll come to find out is that what separates people and the distances that they're willing to go to is their why. Like, a person's why will make sense of everything, of all their decisions. Like, why somebody does something, and if you can find that out, then you will know more about that person than some of their friends, because everybody has a why. Everybody has a why as to why they underachieve. Everybody has a why as to why they overachieve. And if you can just pinpoint and focus and harp on those kind of things, then like you're gonna be able to maintain a very, very sharp sense of focus throughout anything that you do, whether it be a gym session or a shift at work or your studies or any kind of tribulation or celebration. If you can focus and stay centered, then you're gonna be fine no matter what. Excuse me. So I'm gonna close out the video here. I hope all of you guys are doing all right, and I will see you guys Thursday.